Hi, everyone. Peace, love, and harmony to you. It is International Women's Day, March 8th. And guess where I have been today? I've been in Mexico City. I know you know this is my favorite city in the world. I love Mexico City. To me, I haven't traveled like a lot, but I've traveled a little bit and I've seen a lot of the major cities in the world, really big major cities like Rome and Madrid and Shanghai and Beijing and Paris and blah, 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 blah. Mexico City is the most beautiful city in the world to me. I love the architecture. I love the food. I love the cultures. I love the people. But today I was in Mexico City for the march, like the big march. And I learned a lot today. I learned that it's very organized. And although, like, maybe in the media, you're going to see things like, women destroying properties and vandalizing and spray painting, monuments. Yeah, that happens. But I learned that they get to march in like this order. There's order to it. So there's the women like me who just, we want to march because we want to stand up and we want to be a part of this. But at the very end, the last part of the march, which is hours after the march starts, is the victim survivors, is the women who have been, raped and beaten and tortured and kidnapped and stabbed, disappeared. Some of them have lost their kids. Some of them have been set on fire, had thrown acid on them. And those are the women that you will see most likely on the news with the hammers, hammering away and breaking property and breaking windows. Yeah, I would too. If if my child, my granddaughter, my mother, my aunties, my cousins, my sister, my nieces, my friends disappear, or they get beaten up, or they get tortured, yeah, you better believe I want us to set the whole city on fire. Of course I do, because they're just monuments. And another thing I realized about the monuments is that they're very well protected. They're guarded. There are like steel walls that they put all around the perimeter of the monument in the city to protect it. But where is this protection for the little girls who are raped, for the little girls who are beaten? So I marched today because I am a feminist. This right here is what a feminist looks like. I am a typical feminist because, okay, I was born with the uterus, with the cervix, with ovaries. So, of course, I'm going to be a feminist because I want to have the same rights like that anybody else has. And I want my reproductive rights I want to be in charge of my body. I don't want my reproductive rights to fall on the hands of a man. He doesn't know what it feels like to be a woman, so that's one reason why I'm a feminist. Another reason why I'm a feminist is because if I go in, let's say if I'm going to do a presentation anywhere, like if I was going to do a presentation at, let's say at a high school or even a college level, let's say I'm going to do a presentation at Pepperdine University, or I'm going to do the commencement speech. Yeah, let's do that, because I've done a commencement speech for the Explorer program in the Sheriff's Department in Los Angeles in LA County. So let's say I'm going to do a commencement speech for all the hundreds and hundreds of explorers that are going to graduate from that program, right? And I come in and I think I look very professional. My hair is done, my makeup's done, everything's on point, high heels, my outfit. And I come in and they read my credentials, they read my bio and my resume, and it looks good. And I'm educated in this field, right? And then another person comes in, male identified, and this person also looks professional. They match exactly the same resume that I have. They say the same things that I say, but guess what? They're going to make more money. They're going to get paid more money than I'm going to get paid, simply because I'm born a female. That's it. Because I identify as a female. I'm not going to make the same amount of money as a man. Like, hello. Yeah, of course I'm going to be a feminist about that. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you be? So, yes, I'm a feminist for those reasons. But I'm also a feminist because I don't want my granddaughter Gigi to have to worry about the same things that I worry about. You know, some of the things that I worry about is when's my daughter coming home? And I'm a lot of mothers are worried about when is their daughter going to come home? When is my baby going to come home? That's why a lot of moms are texting their children, their daughters going, "Hey, are you on your way home? Hey, where are you? Hey, what time will you be home?" Because we're worried. What are we worried about? That on the way home, especially at night when it's dark, somebody, usually a man, is going to harm them, is going to beat them, is going to rape them, kidnap them, take them away, kill them, disappear them. Yeah, we worry about that because we are born women. So of course, and also the inequities, you know, in the gender roles, like that's just another reason why I'm a feminist. Also because it's very complex and it's very difficult and it's really hard to be a woman. It is one of, I mean, just being a woman is difficult alone, but then also being told, oh, you shouldn't dress like that and you can't wear that and you should be careful because, you know, somebody could hurt you based on the way I'm dressed. So instead of teaching us little girls, I was taught this how we should dress, we should teach little boys not to rape, not to beat. And I know, you know, I love talking about domestic violence, so I'm gonna have to say something about that, right? But if we started thinking about domestic violence and eliminating domestic violence from our homes, then we wouldn't need to have these marches because domestic violence is the root cause of all the violence that is perpetuated against us women. I mean, throughout her story, right, and history, there's been this social belief that women are less than just because we were born women. Sexism, discrimination, prejudice, all based on sex, like our gender identity, right? Um, as a feminist, I'm not fighting to take away your rights. I'm fighting your rights as a male identified. I'm fighting so that I can have the same rights, so that I don't have to worry at night, so that I can walk the streets safely. And I don't have to tell my friends, hey, I know I'm not your mom, but text me when you get home. Like, wait, we are adult women. And I have to tell my adult girlfriend to text me when she gets home. My daughter, when I leave her home, says to me, Mom, did you make it home? Because why? Because we're worried. And as a male identified individual, you probably don't have to think about that, do you? I mean, I don't know because I don't identify as a male, but you probably don't have to think about that, right? So I just want the same rights that anybody else has. That's why I'm a feminist. And you know, today I was talking to a young woman. She's in her 20s. Her name is Carla, and I was asking her, "Hey, how do you feel about the march? And do you want to participate? Do you want to come with me?" And I do have to like tell you that I actually didn't quite participate. Yes, I have my, you know, I have this, and I walked the streets in Mexico City, but I was not able to actually march the march because as a an American citizen, I'm not really allowed to manifest or be a part of any protests. So I didn't walk the walk, but I was there, and the energy felt different because I was also here in Mexico City last year during March 8th, International Women's Day, but it felt the vibe felt a lot different than last year. Last year it was a little bit chaotic. I don't know if it was because it was after the pandemic. I'm not sure. It felt chaotic. It felt unplanned, unprepared. This year it just felt different. Everybody was in their element. There was individuals that were young and old. There were mothers and sisters. There were also individuals in wheelchairs with strollers on roller skates. And you know, even my dog Trixie, she had a different energy too. She was excited, and she could feel this vibe in the air in Mexico City for International Women's Day. And you know, another reason why I am a feminist is because I don't want any more little girls to disappear. I don't want any more uh, girls or women to be raped or beaten or tortured or sex trafficked. Growing up as a little girl, I had a lot of men in my life abuse me sexually, and I'm not going to go into details about that. But and I also not I wasn't just abused sexually, but every day it seemed like there was a man in my family who looked at me weird. Now, as an adult woman, I realize what that weird look meant, and it was uncomfortable. Growing up, as you know, I was considered a very beautiful woman when I was younger. I mean, I still got it right a little bit, but you know what I mean, like, the spoils of youth. And I I just remember being uncomfortable in my own skin because of the looks that I used to get and the harassment. And another reason why I am a feminist is because I'm 77%, check this out, 77% of girls will be sexually abused. Yes, before they turn 15. So before their quinceañera, 77% of girls will be sexually abused. So yeah, I am a feminist for so many reasons. And if you are listening to me and you're like, wow, Marissa seems angry or upset. Yeah, I'm really angry. I'm enraged. I'm upset. Yes, I am upset that, when I'll give you an example. When I travel, let's say I'm going to travel to Mexico for the long weekend, right? And let's say I don't want to ask anybody to take me to the airport. So I drive myself to the border town in San Isidro, Tijuana, and I park my car in the US side. And then I walk across easy, cross the border, go to the airport, get on my flight and spend a nice long weekend in Mexico. On the way back, though, I have to think, even when I'm buying my airline ticket, I have to try to buy my airline ticket to get back to the United States when it's light outside. It's not dark, because if it's dark, what do I have to do? You know what I do? In the airport, I buy this big, like a 1 liter bottle of water in glass container. Yeah, it's a glass container, because I actually want to have a weapon in my hands. Yeah, I do. I want to carry a weapon in my hands to get from crossing the border to my vehicle in the dark. So I don't know if a male identified has to even think about that when they're walking alone at night. So we do as women. So if you're a man and you have a daughter, a granddaughter, a niece, you are somebody's mentor, what are you doing about this? Because this is a huge problem, because it wasn't only in Mexico City where we marched, it was all over the world. We are just tired of being beaten and tortured and raped. We are just tired of being chased and caught and disappeared. We're just tired of that. So yeah, we should be marching every day, actually. We should not just march once, March 8th. We should march every single day until the violence stops, because it's got to stop. And another reason why I march for justice. I march because I demand justice. Yes. In Mexico City, people actually thought, like, residents of the city thought there was an earthquake. Yeah, they thought there was an earthquake because there were so many women marching the streets. And I'm sure it felt like that in many other cities. So today, because it is International Women's Day, and because I love women, I love men too. I don't want to take away your rights as a man. I just want my rights to be heard. And I want those rights, the same ones that you have. I want those rights. Yes, feminists wear high heels. Yeah, we come from every shape. We are every color. We are from every gender identity. We are every sexual orientation. Feminists look like me and they look like you. So it's not that scary. We're not scary. And if you see someone who's a feminist, who's angry, listen to her. She is angry because she's lived it. She's been there. She's been in that place where it feels like, wow, I'm going to probably die right now. My life is probably going to end. I have friends who have been kidnapped, and have actually escaped. I have friends who have been set on fire. I have friends who have had acid thrown into their faces. And guess who did this to them? Probably somebody that, they used to date, or somebody that thought they were dating them. So yeah, I am a feminist. And today, International Women's Day, I just want to do the biggest shout out to my mama, Anastasia. This is for you, Mom, for giving me life, for bringing me into this world and giving me this life as a woman. And for all of the things that my mama went through, and all of the suffering and all of the pain and all of the beatings and all of that she had to go through to be transformed into today, and the woman that I am, the woman that my sister is, the woman that my daughter is, the woman that my granddaughter, we are all a direct descendant of you, Anastasia. So this one's for you, Mama. I love you. And I want to wish everybody peace, love, and harmony. Happy, beautiful,